Are you constantly trying to prove your worth? That may be what's stopping your receiving. We don't realize how often we're trying to prove something. You work hard, you achieve results, you get recognized, and still, something feels unsettled. I need to be acknowledged. I need to accomplish more. I need to show my value. You've moved forward with that drive. That strength has carried you far. But when that proving mode is always on, your heart never truly rests. Receiving is not a reward at the end of effort. It's not permission granted the moment someone approves of you. It doesn't begin after you prove yourself. It begins when you stop trying to. Today, we'll explore why we keep proving ourselves and what happens when we let that go. Chapter 1: Why we keep proving ourselves. None of us were raised hearing, "You are enough exactly as you are." We were praised when we scored well, when we achieved something, when we met expectations. From that, a quiet belief formed: value must be produced. If I try harder, I'll be recognized. If I achieve more, I'll be loved. If I'm useful, I'll belong. There's nothing wrong with this. It can fuel growth. But when this pattern grows too strong, we become uneasy in moments when nothing is being proven. Resting feels uncomfortable. A lack of visible results feels like shrinking. Proving mode operates from the assumption, I am not yet enough. As long as that assumption remains, receiving feels distant. Because receiving can only stand on the quiet foundation of, I already am. Chapter 2: The energy of proving mode. When proving mode continues, the starting point of your actions subtly shifts. You no longer move from creativity or curiosity. You move to avoid inadequacy. You act so you won't fail. You speak so you won't be rejected. You choose so you won't lose status. Outwardly, it may look positive. Inwardly, there is tension. If I stop here, will my value drop? If I don't keep climbing, does it mean nothing? You can achieve in this state. You can succeed. But peace never quite arrives, because proving mode assumes conditional worth. Value must be maintained, updated, protected. Receiving is the opposite. It is not about adding something to increase your value. It is about standing on the value that is already there. The stronger the proving energy, the more uncomfortable receiving can feel. Not because it's lazy, but because it feels like releasing control. Chapter 3: Receiving is not a negotiation. In proving mode, an invisible structure forms. I did this much, so I deserve to receive. I gave this much, so it should come back. Receiving turns into a transaction, effort and reward, contribution and compensation, performance and approval. In society, this exchange is natural, but when your inner energy is bound to it, receiving becomes conditional. Your mind checks, have I done enough? Am I worthy yet? And receiving becomes something you wait to be permitted. True receiving is not unlocked after you prove your value. It does not begin because you demonstrated who you are. It is a natural flow grounded in existence itself. Something already moving before you ever step to the negotiation table. From that perspective, you begin to sense what it feels like to receive without proving. Chapter 4: What happens when you stop proving? Stopping the need to prove does not mean stopping action. It means action changes quality. You no longer act to earn approval, or to avoid rejection, or to increase your worth. You act because you want to. Something shifts. You loosen your grip on outcomes. Other people's opinions no longer define everything. Comparison loses intensity, and the tension around receiving softens. In proving mode, receiving feels risky because the foundation still says, "I'm not enough yet." But when you stand on "I already am," receiving is no longer a threat. You are not giving up effort. You are giving up the need to constantly prove your value. From that moment, receiving becomes natural. Chapter 5: Redefining Approval and Self-Worth. The desire for approval isn't wrong. Wanting to be seen, wanting to be acknowledged, that's human. The problem begins when approval becomes proof of worth. If no one affirms you, you feel unstable. If there's no response, you feel small. If results don't show up, your existence feels shaken. In that state, receiving depends on the outside world. But true worth is not measurable. It does not rise and fall. You don't become valuable because you achieved something. You act because you are already valuable. When that order reverses, approval becomes sharing, not proof. Recognition becomes feedback, not safety. And receiving no longer feels frightening because you are not trying to compensate for missing value. You are participating in a cycle grounded in inherent worth. Final chapter: Receiving is a sign of maturity. Continuing to prove yourself is not weakness. It is a strength you learned to survive. You worked hard. You produced results. You built your place in the world. But maturity is not endlessly moving from not enough. It is standing on "I already am." Receiving is not for those who do nothing. It is not an escape from effort. It is the stability of knowing your worth does not need constant external validation. The moment you stop proving, you lose nothing. Instead, the tension you carried begins to release. Your actions shift from defense to creation. Receiving is not weakness. It is the posture of someone who knows the fight is over. I am Realia. When you stop proving yourself, you realize the world has already been open. Receiving begins there. If this video resonated with you, please like and subscribe. And tell me, when have you felt the need to prove yourself lately? I'll see you in the next video.